Understand. Identify request or provide identifying
My
information.
access to
My
Paranormal
access to
Anonymous
Paranormal Anonymous will be revoked.
I am ready
I am
to
ready
connect.
to connect.
Hey there.
Hello?
What's your deal? What are you?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Well,
I'm a vampire. What are you?
Oh, nice. Nice. Mage.
And you? Mage. How long have you been one of those?
While? What about you?
A while.
You give me years,
Do you
and I'll
have
give you years.
Well, I feel like since I asked first, you should give me the years first, and then I will return the favor.
All right. 30.
Well, it's quite some time. I'm, over 200.
That's not a number.
I forgot.
I don't remember. He never said in the last one.
Oh!
Because he was being a dick about it.
It's between 200 and, 300.
That's still not a number. That's a range.
Yes, but I never really said I would provide a specific.
All right. So, what do you use this app for?
I like to see who's on it. It's fun to look.
To look?
What about you?
I'm not done with my question. To look for what?
To look and see who's on it.
And what are your conversations normally?
What do you I like to get to know the people. Ask them questions. I share a bit about my own life, but mostly I prefer to listen to their stories.
Why?
It's fun.
Okay.
What about you?
Research. It's fun.
What are you researching?
People like you.
Vampires in particular? Oh.
Certain kind of vampire.
So, certain kind.
The conversations are
I'm not
fun.
done with my question.
All right.
What kind of vampires?
Well, I'm working on the nomenclature now. It's still in development.
Well, what's the common descriptions, commonalities between them? Maybe I can help.
Vampires that chose to be vampires versus accidental vampires.
All right. Have you come across a lot?
A lot.
Of vampires who chose to be vampires?
Still working on gathering a decent sample size, but you're not the first one I've talked to.
I doubt I will be the last.
Probably not. So you did choose to be a vampire?
There's quite a lot of us that... Oh, yes. Most certainly.
Okay. There's quite a lot of you?
No, there's quite a lot of us who did not choose it. It's unfortunate.
Why? Why is it unfortunate?
Well, they're not meant to be vampires, then.
Not meant to be vampires. You're meant to be a vampire.
If someone is given this gift and they they are upset over it if they don't rejoice in it and use the gift. And they're not meant to live this life.
It's an interesting perspective. I don't disagree.
Good.
But the way you phrase it, I don't know, it makes it seem like you believe in I don't know, a higher power, someone that's selecting who should be what.
No, that's not what I believe. But it is an interesting way to interpret it.
What do you believe?
Well, simply that vampires are superior. We are at least to, humans and mortals. I must admit, mages, you do have respect from me.
No need to flatter me.
Mm. But it's really simply just that. Not everybody deserves to be on top.
What about the sun?
What about the sun?
Doesn't go very well with your skin tone. That doesn't seem, I don't know, it seems like a big weakness.
I have no need to be out in the day. It's easy enough to avoid the sun. It is certainly a weakness. But it's nothing compared to others.
Other
Other
creatures?
people's weaknesses. Mm-hmm.
It's still a weakness, though.
Certainly. I'm not denying that.
How does it make you feel to have that weakness?
Well, I suppose I haven't really thought of it.
Now's your time. For me.
For you. What makes you think that is enough to make me want to do something?
Because because I'll say please.
Then say please.
Please tell me how it makes you feel.
I suppose, thinking about it now, I feel a bit angry. Mostly because he threw it in my face. Reminded me of it. Thinking about it, just having it. I still think I'm better than everyone. But I do know it's possible to kill me. I just know that it's unlikely to happen. So, I suppose I feel annoyed that I have that weakness, but secure in my strengths.
How annoyed would you say you are?
My annoyance grows with every question.
All right. All right, so you
So how did you?
200 to 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
How many people would you say you've killed in that time?
Such a boring question. I don't count. When I first died, I was certainly averaging one a day for a good bit of time. I've cut back since then. Now I more so go for quality over quantity, but I think it's certainly
I mean, one a day. We're talking, what, 70,000?
not one a day every day. But I would certainly say it's I don't know, actually. I don't think I remember everyone I've killed. I don't think I remember half of them.
When was the last time you killed somebody?
I very recently killed someone.
How recently?
Well, a couple hours ago. How does it make you feel?
Freaks me out every time, man.
What about the last vampire who chose to be a vampire you spoke to? How many people did they kill?
I think their estimate was 500.
How old were they?
I think they'd been dead like maybe 60 years, 70.
How did you get into this?
Showed a knack for it. Some people, get in family connections, stuff like that, bloodlines. That wasn't me. I was scouted, recruited. I don't know. Started early.
How early?
I think I went to the academy when I was 7, 6.
It is quite early. Do you, you didn't really have much of a choice?
No, not until later.
So you decided to stay with it? Do you like it?
It feels good to be good at something.
How good are you?
Very good.
And this research that you're doing? Why?
Why?
Yes, why is this what is your goal? Your reason for wanting to do this?
I mean, I think the why is always the same. It's to see if you can.
If you can. And you're seeing if you can find the difference between a vampire who chooses it and a vampire who doesn't?
No. Oh, no.
No.
I'm just only interested in talking to vampires that choose it.
Oh, so please tell me, what are you trying to see if you can do?
I also think that your weakness is annoying. And I'd like to get rid of it.
You would? How do you do you do you think that's possible?
We're here talking, aren't we? I obviously think it's possible if I'm trying
Yes,
to do it.
well, you certainly have my attention now. And perhaps I can withhold any annoyances should you want to ask more questions.
Well, I'd
But
appreciate
I
that.
am curious though, why is your goal only talking to vampires who chose it for this?
I don't think there's a point in getting rid of the weakness for people who don't want to be what they are. They're already miserable. If I let them into the sun, they're not going to lose their misery. It's going to just make it worse.
That's true.
At least that's my theory. So tell me, how did you die?
My mother killed me.
Yikes.
It's okay. I knew it was coming. I was raised by a vampire. She raised me with the knowledge that I would soon, one day, be one. It was just us growing up, you know. I did see some other vampires and other individuals, of course, but she embraced me, and I'm trying to remember what the event was like, but
Was it a coming of age ceremony or more like regular day?
it was certainly not a regular day. But I think saying a ceremony would be hyping it up to be too much. It was a very special occasion, a very what I suppose difficult to try and explain it to somebody else in the way that I think you would understand.
Can you try?
Hmm, it was done on my birthday, of course. And again, just us, very, I suppose, what would have felt to be an intimate, close connection. I didn't feel that, which is fine.
You didn't
But,
feel a close connection with her or with the event?
well, the event I felt very, very close and connected to. It was very monumental. Is the whole reason why I was on this earth. Feeling close and connected with her is something I've never really had.
Do you feel connected with
Mm,
anyone?
no,
Okay.
I feel some moments of connection with people sometimes, but it's always not what you mean with when you say connection.
Before you kill them.
Yes. She killed me, and then I woke up a vampire. And that night, we feasted, gorged ourselves on blood. It was a party then. For a week, the next night, we invited more people. It was quite the celebration. I could have done without it.
Why?
It was mostly for her. I've never really been that social.
Social, but you killed everyone.
We had guests that we didn't kill.
Vampire guests.
Mm. I would have enjoyed it more if we had killed everyone,
Hmm.
them included. But I was young then. That wasn't an option.
Is it an option now?
Yes,
So you kill
if
other
I want.
vampires?
Yes,
How
but
often do
only the
you do
ones
that?
that. Mm, not. It varies. It's not something that's extremely consistent. It's just a matter of who becomes available.
But you don't mind doing it?
No, I seek them out.
Who else
That's
do you
why I
kill?
come on this app. Werewolves. Them I take a little bit more enjoyment out of it. Vampires, I have respect for vampires, even the ones that are not meant to be.
You have quite the resume.
Thank you. How do you feel?
Excited.
Why?
Still working that out. Tell me more about your early years. What happened after the parties?
What do you want to know? After the parties, we fell back into the same routine, I suppose. Only now I was allowed at more events and privy to more ongoings, and,
What kinds of ongoings?
well, things that would be more vampire specific. Now, while I was human, I did witness, many deaths, of course, but, when I became a vampire, I got to participate in some more of the events. My mother was very eccentric and enjoyed hosting. So we fell back into the routine, the usual mother and son. I, for a while there, really got to do whatever I wanted. She was very, very pleased with everything. And I was also fine with how things were at that time. And then eventually, as I grew older and tired, our relationship, I suppose, it became a bit more rough. I always would have been described as a difficult to handle child. I would throw tantrums when not getting my way. Now, when I grew up, I don't think that. Now, looking back, some of my behavior was quite childish. Some of the stunts that I would pull in order to make my point or convince her to get my way was certainly dramatic, but mostly it's her fault because she enabled me. But then eventually, I don't know if my demands grew to be too much or if she was changing or just got tired or what have you.
What were your demands?
When I was younger, I had a simply insatiable appetite. She wanted me to kill less. And I didn't like that. We often had arguments about it, disagreements. And then eventually, well, I don't like losing or being told what not to do, being stopped from doing something I really want.
What about being
And,
told what to do? How do you feel about that?
well, if it aligns with what I want to do, then it's fine. Why do you ask?
Just curious. So you started to not get along.
Mm. Yes, and eventually it all just reached a breaking point.
And
And I killed her.
you said that she was very eccentric. Were people upset with you for killing her?
No, I didn't. I didn't face any repercussions. I don't think anyone was surprised.
And you think if she hadn't tried to put a curb on your appetite, what would have happened then? Do you think you would have
To
gotten
be
along?
honest, I think I would have found some other reason to kill her.
Because she was your mother, or because you aren't good at maintaining relationships?
Because I wanted to. I don't know. I don't know what any other reason would be. Or is. I don't know if I have another reason. Or anything so specific.
I think we have a lot in common. You and I.
Did you kill your mother?
No.
Mm.
Haven't gotten around to that. But I also don't like being told what to do. I get it.
You have people telling you what to do?
I mean, you work in the magical hierarchy, and it's a hierarchy.
Mm.
There are rules.
Do you break them?
I try to. As often as I can.
Good. Is this breaking the rules?
Oh, certainly.
Mm.
But I wouldn't call this my best work. Using an app.
What is?
Yet to come, I hope.
Perhaps it will be curing my weakness.
Perhaps it will be. Would you be interested in that?
Yes, I would. Only if it was guaranteed, though.
It's not
But
guaranteed.
I'm sure we wouldn't have any problem acquiring test subjects.
I don't want test subjects. This is not a project that can be done on the books.
Well, I wasn't suggesting anything beyond the books.
We're going to get
simply
one shot.
suggesting one shot. And if it fails,
It won't fail.
very confident.
It won't fail.
All right. We'll see if you're right.
It would come at a cost.
What would that cost be?
Well, we would be endeavoring on a partnership. I need... Well, the kind of work I do, I need supplies that, well, it's just a pain in the ass for me to get. But I think you'd enjoy getting.
What are these supplies?
Varies. We talked about you hunting vampires and werewolves.
Yes. I was hoping that's what you would need.
Are you willing to hunt
I'm
anything
assuming.
else?
I'm certainly interested in a challenge. Broadening my hunting pool is... I think it's about time for that. What do you have in mind?
Mages.
Well, do you know the best way to hunt them? Because I certainly don't.
During the day.
So this price is to be paid after.
Indeed.
Well, I'm certainly interested in this opportunity. If I could be able to hunt a mage, there really wouldn't be much that could stand in my way.
I need more than one, of course, but we can get to the details later.
Certainly.
And I have no qualms about what you do with...
You don't need them delivered alive.
No.
Wonderful. Would you... Do you want to know what happens to them?
I'll need their bodies.
Understood. Do you need their bodies with everything? Do they still have to have their blood?
Yes, unfortunately.
That's fine. What do you need them for?
That's another part of the price. Confidentiality.
What do I have to pay to get to know that?
Well, I'm going to have to trust you, and that's going to take a long time.
Well, I'm sure.
I don't really want to end up like Mommy Dearest.
Well, lucky for you. I like you more than her. that could always change.
Oh, I'm aware. But I would caution you.
There's no need. I don't feel. If I was going to kill you, I would already know. And I would know that it would happen inevitably. I don't feel that. So I don't think I'm going to kill you. Which
Did
is
you
not
just tell
something
me
that I
that you
can.
like me?
I told you that I'm not going to kill you.
That feels like flattery.
Unintentional. But you're welcome. When do we start?
As soon as possible.
Wonderful.
I'll send the details to your place.
I look forward to receiving them.
I had a feeling you would be the one.
Just from what? First impression.
Well, first impressions were good, but you have a file.
I do. With the mages. That makes sense. What does it say? Anything fun?
It's long.
Yeah. Did you come here hoping to find me in particular? Or it was just random happenstance? You
Just got
recognize
lucky.
me?
I recognized you. I have talked to many others. A few that I've read files on too, but
None as long as mine. I think it was both of our lucky nights.
seems like it. Well, get some sleep. We're going to be busy.
You get some sleep as well.
Good night.